Hello again, welcome to today's attempt at the Fibble puzzle. This is Wordle, but there's a liar in every row. So maybe the B shouldn't be grey, but then should it be yellow or green instead? Or maybe the L is lying, or the A, D or E. The only way to find out is to play. So it's auto-populated that first guess, and I'm going to make use of the L and the D by keeping them in their positions and seeing what we can learn. Oh, that's not a word, that's annoying. Let's just try plods then. I didn't want to try slide because I didn't want to try the E as well, because we're already duplicating two letters from that top row. So what we have learned is the L's changed colour, so it has to be lying in at least one of those rows. But that does mean that the D can't be lying, because if it's lying once, it's lying twice, and it can't be lying twice. So we've definitely got a D. What does that mean? Well, who knows? The most likely thing that it means at the moment is that we don't have an L, maybe? But then what would we be able to do? Let's just try drink. Interesting. I don't know what that tells us. The D, I don't know where the D's going to go. Again, most likely the R is lying. It's weird that it's always the second letter that's lying. Of course, there's no guarantee that that is what's going on. About something that ends ID, or something that has the D in third. That's a possibility. I want to find something that uses the U as well. That's the only vowel that I've not used yet. Is there something that's blank U, blank ID? There's lurid, but I don't want to use the L, because my assumption at the moment is that the L doesn't appear in the word. How about we try humid? Oh, that is interesting. I don't know what that tells me. I feel like maybe the I is now in the right place? But then what are we going to do with this U? If it ends ID, then the U is more likely to be second than any other position, unless it's specifically the word squid, which is not consistent with my other deductions. In fact, it definitely can't be squid, regardless of whether my deductions are correct, because then there'd be the S and the L lying on this row. What else could be going on? I don't know is the answer. Maybe I should go back to my earlier assumptions and put the L back in. Could it be build? No, it can't be build, because then the I and the R would both be lying on this row. Because I'm thinking, what if the L was lying here, but not lying here after all? But I just don't know it. What if the U's lying instead then? That means... No, but the U can't be the liar, because if the U is the liar, that means we've got to have the D in fifth and the I first or second. But then we're going to have to end in three consonants, which is just not going to work. So the U can only be the liar here if the I is lying here, which is possible. It could be RI. But then what would the fourth letter be? You'd probably want it to be the N, and it can't be. So I don't think that is what's going on either. I suppose the N could be the thing that's lying? If the N is lying... Oh, but then the I would have to be first. That's just not going to work. I don't know what's going on. That's the question. That's the problem here. The thing is, if we do have an L, but it's not second, then it's lying here, it's not lying here, then we could use one of these vowels. We could use the E, for example, because maybe that would be the liar. And then we would have blank I, blank ED. That's all completely plausible, isn't it? So maybe that's what we should be focusing on. How about fixed? Oh, well clearly the E is not lying, because if this was the correct word, it would be correct. Sorry, that didn't make any sense. If this was the correct word, it would tell me. That's what I meant to say. So I think the X is lying. It's going to be filled. Yeah, I think that is consistent with everything. The L was lying here, but it wasn't lying on the top row after all. It's got to be filled. There we go. Not my fastest. Quite a difficult one. Or I made it look difficult. It didn't help. Usually, when they give you either the L or the D had to be in the word because of the first answer that it auto-populated. And the odds are you've got less information rather than more, because in each guess, if you're only guessing 5 letters, there's 26 letters in total. Odds are if you guess a letter, it's probably not in the word. So I assumed the L was not in the word, whereas in fact both the L and the D were in the word. So that's why it took a little bit longer than sometimes. That's my excuse anyway. So I still got there in 5. It's not terrible, it's just not my best performance. But it is what it is. Let me know in the comments how you got on if you played this game, and don't forget to like the video. That's the Fibble puzzle, eventually. Thank you for watching, and bye for now.